Hi there, I'm Mavros and welcome to this first video devlog about my game SenS. Let's start with a few words about myself. I'm an independent game developer known as Limas5 and I've been working for most of the last 14 years as independent, and I also have some experiences as a level designer and cinematic designer in companies. Over this period of time, I released one game in 2014, which is called SenS. And since then, I've been working on prototypes and designing some concepts and doing stuff that have nothing to do with game development also. And in 2022, I started to work on the current project, SenS, and released a very early prototype version as early access on Steam. So before talking more about the project itself and the devlogs I'm doing now, I can tell you a bit about the development, what happened and what went wrong. So in 2022 I started to work on this game and I released a first prototype in end of May. And then I published updates, less than I wanted. I wanted to publish one update every month at least, but it was complicated to follow this rhythm. And yeah, I experimented on the gameplay, on many things, and was not sure about the direction to take. And things went wrong because I was not gaining enough money from the game first, and my overall financial situation was pretty bad. I primarily was thinking I will be able, even if I was not gaining a lot of money from the game sales, to continue developing the game, but I went to a critical situation and I'm still in very precarious financial situation. But other things happened too. In March 23, in addition to see this financial situation was not sustainable, I had a relationship breakup that doesn't help to keep motivation and to keep hope on things. And in addition, well, with the stress and the anxiety of having to survive, to pay the bills, my computer also started to say, no, stop the game development, it's over. And yeah, it's a pretty old computer and it started to have issues, and then went to a point that my working hard drive was not available, whatever I do. And no, sometime when I was rebooting my computer it was there, but most of the time it wasn't there, and rebooting the computer was very complicated. I have to make like 20 or 30 attempts and wasn't sure it will be working. So all these parameters make the game development a bit complicated, and I was not in good shape in mental state. The mental state part was a bit depressing and a bit hopeless. So for at this point I had to search for a job in a company, and things went not good on this side neither, because for the last 9 or 10 months I have been interviewed twice, which is very low in comparison to all the offer I responded to the jobs offer I candidated. And yeah, I was getting no answers from most of the companies, which is quite usual in France. I was getting answers, negative answers, but answers from other companies in Europe. And so I continued even not much late as 2 weeks ago to respond to job offers, and didn't get any positive answer. So I'm not so much trying to find a new job now, because I want to give the game a new chance. As in December 2023, my computer was agreed to cooperate and to work again, and my hard drive was available again. So in January 24, I start doing some stuff and working on the game again. I was less depressed, and actually the fact to work carried me. It gave me motivation, it gave me hope again, and it occupied my mind, so I was not thinking again and again about having bad thoughts. I have always problem with the TH in English, sorry. So no less and less bad ideas, because I was thinking about the game, trying to find solution for, and to reimagine the concept, to simplify it, and I will talk about that a bit later. So to summarize, the development resumed. I'm still in bad situation on the financial side, but I keep hope, and I'm working on the game again, and it's making me feel good to be able to work on this game again. Actually, to pause it was like emotionally it was bad. It was not comfortable. It was making the game, creating games in general, but this project in particular, it's make me feel contributing to something bigger than contributing at my own individual scale to the creation of game in general. So it's giving a feeling of accomplishment. Yeah. Okay, now we can talk a bit more about SenS, about the game itself, about the concept. The concept is exploration of this strange world, architectural world, mainly inspired by Tsutomu work and mangas like Blame, Apposins. Also inspired by the exploration part in the book House of Leaves, and also having some common ideas with and concepts, and some inspiration from SCP Foundation. these are the three main inspiration and way to give you an idea of what I want to develop. Of course, it's similar to what you can find in SenS. The word is a bit similar. Maybe it's related more than you think. And in terms of game feel and what you can find in other games that is like what I would like to produce, you can think about games like the Elder Scrolls series, like Elden Ring, for the sense of wonder in exploration and the way they guide you and they give you motivation to go exploring places by yourself. Some things that was very present in Fumoto Ueda games, Shadow of the Colossus especially, and I also would really like to implement cooperative multiplayer exploration, like you can find in Minecraft or in Valheim especially. Valheim, I have a good feeling, good game feeling when it's about exploring with friends. And what I mean by exploring is finding new places, finding new objects, and unlocking new abilities that will give you new possibilities for further exploration, like in a Metroid game, for example. Unlocking new places or new access, and hiding secrets. So yeah, the main game concept is something like that. But actually, the first prototypes I published and what you can play at the moment, it was more focused on an abstract structure exploration. I will launch the game to illustrate my words. So this is a game you can buy on Steam currently, and yeah, the first prototypes were about exploring an abstract structure. By abstract structure, I mean words and sentences linked in a kind of pattern. And if at the beginning in the proto story version you can only explore by clicking on the structure elements, the words, the sentences, and go from one to another. Let's speed up the game because it takes time. I'm sorry for that, but it was for a certain reason. Yeah, so this abstract structure was composed of words, sentences, dialogues, and if at the beginning you were only able to... sorry, I forgot to cut the sound. You were only able to click and to see the next one. And then you were unlocking the abilities to go back. But actually this was not... you were supposed after that to be able to visualize the whole abstract structure. And this structural exploration was supposed to be combined with the material place exploration, the material structure exploration, which is the architectural world. And it's more what you have in the last prototype. The attempt I made was a bit more alike my idea. And in this prototype, you were able to display the structure as a map and to see elements that you unlocked and others that you visited. And in combination, combining the structure, the abstract structure, and the material exploration, the world that you can explore by moving, you were able to unlock new places and new abstract structural elements, helping you to go further in the game. But it was not well done, not very clear. So on the new version I'm working on, it will be I get rid of the abstract part for the moment. I keep it for later, and I will make the game as just material exploration, in the sense you're exploring places. And for that, or maybe I will talk to you about that later when I show you the the new idea is a bit like in this prototype, meaning places that are in the darkness are not stable and they may change. And places that are in light are stabilized and remain. And so it allows you to create a combination with the places that you are enlightening in order to open new access. It's a bit unclear for now for you, I guess, but it will be more clear when the new prototype will be working. But yeah, in the structural exploration, was a bit like this kind of gameplay with a map where all those things that you already visited or seen are in white here, and the places or abstract structures, elements that you didn't, are not available yet, and you need to find the access composition to unlock the access composition. In this case, if you want to go in the material structure, you need light and structure. You need to find these two concepts that you can find in places you can visit. And so this was the idea of having a relationship between the abstract structure and the material structure. But yes, in the new prototype I get rid of all these abstract parts, focusing more on the classical exploration. So I think should be giving you a global idea about the new game concept, or about the game concept actually, but about what I'm focusing on currently. I hope so. And if not, yes, next devlogs and the game itself will help a lot to materialize this vision and concepts. Now concerning the devlogs, the video devlogs I'm making and the one you're watching now, the idea, and this is something, an intention I had since the beginning of the game and even before, to the intention to share the creative process on making a video game. And yeah, I originally tried to implement interactive kind of making of inside the game, within the game. But it was very time consuming to create this devlogs, interactive devlogs. Actually, I can show you some. It was very time consuming and it was complicated. I had to create special features just for that, and I was losing a lot of time in the real game just to make this this interactive devlogs. And you cannot have. It was planned to have possibility to display pictures, sounds, and it was a good idea. But at the moment, I prefer to make videos. It will be more simple and less time consuming, and so I will be able to make more devlogs. But yes, the idea of sharing the creative process behind the creation of a game is something important, and actually it was even somehow implemented in the core game, as the way that the game was in progress, the making of the game was in progress. And yeah, even if in the old devlogs there were explication and interesting possibilities, like for example in this DevLogs 2 you can try game features I made, for example the unstable zones, directly in the game with having a comment and explanation on how it's made, how it's working, and you see you can try them directly in the game. For example here, yeah, you can switch yeah, it's explaining how some structural elements can be used as switches to change something else, and then it's demonstrating and allowing you to try the unstable zones, a concept that I kept for the actual prototype I'm working on. So now sorry, I'm reading my notes. Yes, so this devlogs will be showing you the progress. Yeah. So these devlogs will show. Yes. So these devlogs will show you the progress. The video devlogs will show you the progress in the game creation, in making new features, implementing them in the core game, making new assets, and also about how I'm designing the gameplay. And I also plan to make more technical devlogs, another series that will be called Make Sense, and which will go more deeply inside the technical aspect of creating creating video games and creating SenS in the specific case, and it will be a way for me to share my knowledge on game design, on level art and level design, and also on Unreal Engine. So I will show you how are made all the elements I'm using in the game, and it will be kind of tutorials. And yeah, this series will be more on the tech side, and the main game devlogs will be more about the progress in the game creation. So the last thing I want to share with you in this video is the progress I made in the last month on the new prototype. Why I'm saying new prototype? Because I restarted from scratch somehow, because I switched from Unreal 5 to from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5, and yeah, don't worry, all the assets I made, I can still import them, and I did for many of them, but I want to start with a clear base and to improve the organization and so on. And so I wanted to show you just the little things I made. For now, it's very limited. It's mainly, yeah, the core system prototypes, so movement for the player, a system of perception, which is very simple. You just see the name of the object you are pointing to, and interactive system I'm working on right now, and then pick up object system and possibility to use them and to place them in your inventory. And this basic core system I needed to make the core exploration system. Maybe it was not clear when I first explained previously, but the idea is to, yeah, you have two kind of places. Let me start the editor. Two kind of places. You have the unstable places that are a bit like what you have in House of the Leaves, places that can reconfigure themselves and change in size, in shape. You can have new rooms, new corridors, new. Okay. Let me bring back this here. New opening, and all these things are changing if they are not stabilized. And to stabilize these unstable places, you need light. So I need to make an interactive system for be able to turn on light first and to pick up sources of light that you can place in specific rooms in order to open new access. This is the idea. But for now, as I restarted very recently, you just have very basic movement, even simpler than in the old prototype. So you can just move, jump, crouch, and run. And I just made the interactive object system the base features, and I will work on making them complete enough to be able to prototype on the unstable and stable zone stable places aspect of the core game. So yeah, at the moment you just have a simple character, a first-person character, but you can see your body now. It's the stock mannequin from Unreal Engine. I was telling you that I switched from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5. So even with my antique computer, which struggled a lot to run Unreal 5, yeah, it's running quite good because it's very simple map and because I deactivated Lumen and Nanite. But I wanted to switch the engine because else it would be more and more complicated to make the transition in the future. So I wanted to switch as soon as possible, even if my computer is not suited for running Unreal Engine 5. So let me take a look on my notes to see if I don't forget anything. Yeah, I think it's fine. So yeah, you can move, you can run, you can jump, and you can crouch. This is very basic. And I can show you also the interactive object I made. Yes, yeah. And again, it's very simple. You can approach to objects, and when they are within the range of interaction, you can interact with them. There is an automatic selection. For example, if you're not aiming directly to an object close to you, the selected object you can interact with will be the closest one. For example, here this one, even if I'm aiming at the sky. But if you aim directly to an object close enough, you can interact with it. So interacting here, just do nothing. But I made this light that you can turn on and turn off to test if everything was working correctly in my code. So the idea now is I will make several sources of light that you can find in the game, and you can collect and use them to make your way to new places. I also worked on when I restarted working in last January, I was in search for inspiration. I mean, I already have a lot of sources of inspiration, but I needed to refresh them. And I rewatched actually some videos from Alt DeSantis, which is with a very nice YouTuber making super interesting videos. And I recommend, even if it's in French, I recommend maybe you can use automatic translation. But even without the text, you already will see a very nice a piece of art. And so I rewatched some videos from Alt, and I found out this very nice French engraver, and I was very inspired by this piece of art he made. And this is how I started working again on the game. I first wanted to make this place to improve my level art skills and to have a first nice stable place to find in the game. So I made some assets, actually many assets. Why do I have many windows? Did I open the game twice? Yes, indeed. Sorry. So yes, I made some assets for recreating a place inspired by this piece, and also by the other work he made, because it's very, very nice, very interesting. And I created 3D assets for that. I can show you some. Yeah. So various assets and some new materials. And I made this place is called this piece of art is called Les Portes du Silence, I think. So the gates of silence. And I made remove this filter, please. Yeah, gate of silence. I start making, it's very early, you don't imagine you will see something as nice as this picture, but I start making the doors themselves, and by doing that I also had some ideas for a gameplay based on these doors, because yeah, you will not only discover new places, you will discover places with gameplay elements and some kind of puzzles. And so yeah, I will make the all of the work available on Steam soon. Not yet, but I will make a build that you can play. Maybe it will not be the main build. Maybe it will be in the beta branch. So you will have to select beta. I will explain you. Yeah, so you will be able to test the features and to see the assets. So there is this one, there is the interior are not made yet. I just made some tests and to have a global sense of space, to see if it was corresponding to the needs I have for the gameplay and for the navigation inside these places. But yeah, the idea will be these gates are kind of teleporters, and you will have a kind of puzzle to solve by activating or deactivating certain of these gates. It's called gates, but it's kind of towers. So that's pretty much, unfortunately, all I have to share with you at the moment. But I'm making progress, and I soon will be able to share more with you. Okay, I think we are at the end of this first devlog. So I hope I will be able to continue making these videos and making the Make Sense video. This is the plan. I will do it, but I will do as much as I can, hoping this will help to enlarge the audience and to increase the sales, and give me more freedom to continue spending all my time developing the game, I really would like to secure the game development in terms of financial on the financial aspect. To also buy a new hardware to be able to work more comfortably on, and to not be afraid that my computer may crash and not start again. And yeah, in more advanced future, if everything goes in the right way, maybe I will be able to gather a team. This will be very nice, because working alone, it's very hard, emotionally and on the motivation side, but also to be isolated, to have not that much conversation and contact with people in video games, except from distant contacts. So I really would like to gather a team, not in the far future, preferably, and to make a game development studio, an independent game development studio, would be very nice. So I hope this new attempt in continuing making SenS by doing these videos will help to enlarge the audience, and to get to help me to make a nice vertical slice of the game that will be more representative of the ideas I want for this game, and then to be able to get more income, and maybe to find an editor or something like that, in order to create a game that really looks like what I have in mind, that is very representative of the concept and ideas, a lot of ideas that I have for this game, and I'm sure it will be very nice. So I want to thank all the people who already supported me by buying the game in early access, even if it's in not the best shape and not super fun to play at the moment, but that was the idea, showing the process of creation of the game. So thank you all. I was thinking you can, if you don't already know me, you can follow me on YouTube, on Twitter, and you can take a look on my previous work, on my ArtStation page, Mavros. Mavros Limas 5. Well, you search for Limas 5 or Mavros, you will find my page on ArtStation, and be able to take a look on my previous creation and everything I made since I'm creating games. I think this was the seminal game mode, actually, that precedes Naissance E. And yeah, that's all. This is the end of this video devlog, and I wish you a good day, and see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye. Yes, also a little thing I forgot to say about the fact that I'm not super comfortable in taking communicating publicly communicating, even if it's through a video, and that it's indirect communication. And I also want to ask you forgiveness for my English. I'm doing my best, but yeah, and I'm recording these videos in French and English, but I will cut both parts, so you will have a lot of cuts. I'm sorry for that. and I will publish 2 separate videos, one for English, one for French, in order to make the video more shorter and more comfortable to watch. You will not hear me repeating things in both languages, even if it would have been interesting for learning French, for example. But yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to give you a bit of explanation on why I'm hesitating and why I'm having some difficulties, but I will improve in time my communication skills and gain some experiences. Yeah, that's all.